Howdy peeps, and welcome back to the channel. Something a little different today. It's going to be somewhat of a rant. Now, there are certain subjects that get to all of us in this hobby. Various things that annoy, various things we get told are truths and have to be dones that aren't. So I thought I'd start by tackling a few, giving my version of what I think, and we'll make it real controversial. We're going to start with filters. Now, I know Corey at Aquarium Co-op did a video of, or one of his live streams a while back, about canister filters, and I agree with him. There is a use for them, and it's not every tank. There is a use on certain tanks for a filter like that. Now, I've been told that this 200 litre fluval Roma behind me needs two big fluval canisters to, needs two, I think it's 306s, 406s, something like that. And it's like, why? Why would you need that much filtration? And it's, oh yeah, so you can have enough media because you need X amount of media. I forget how many kilos or pounds they were saying that you need that much media for that size tank. You don't. If you've got two big canister filters with, let's say, let's be generous on the low side, say 4 kilos of whatever media you choose. There's no difference that I can tell between any of them other than surface area. All you're going to do is spread your bacteria out more. You'll have the same amount of bacteria in the system as you would if you had, like I've got with the U4 that came with it, and a little, as Michael from Michael's Fisherman calls them, China filter, a little box filter in the corner. And as you can see, that water is perfectly clear, and I haven't done anything special. In fact, it had a water change this morning, so it should be cloudy because I cleaned out the filters. In the main, for most tanks, all a canister filter is the fish keeper being lazy and not wanting to clean out the canisters. I don't like cleaning out a filter. I'll get one I've only got to do every 6 months. That's going to be a horrible job. It's going to have pounds of fish poop in there. There may be swearing in some of these rants because these things do grind on me sometimes. I mean, okay, if you've got say a 7,500 gallon cichlid tank that you've not got any plants in, it's just sand and rock. Yeah, I can understand, you want that extra flow. I can understand that you'd want a big canister on that. But then to me, if you've got a tank that size, why not underneath it have a sump which you can grow plants in? Because the plants take the muck out of the water. And the way I look at it is, every week when you do your water change, well, maybe not every week, I mean I do, but I'm weird. When you're doing your water change and your gravel vac, I mean, admittedly with heavily planted tanks, I don't actually bother gravel vacuuming anymore. Let the mould build up, it's called, turns into like soil, fertiliser, plants grow better, microorganisms live in it, everything's happier. So yeah, when I do a water change, I clean the filters, take them out, smush the foams around or whatever in the bucket of water that I was just taken out of the tank, pop them back in, job done. And I mean, people will say, no, you need this much filtration, and they'll actually get quite angry with you about it on social media like Facebook. I would love to see what they'd think of Lucas Brett's LRB Aquatics. No. Well-stocked tanks, no filters whatsoever. How do they think that works? His fish are some of the healthiest, brightest, most vibrant, active that, that I've seen. So surely the filter is not doing that much. It's okay, the filter's pulling the muck out of the water, it's keeping the water clear, blah blah blah. But you don't need 4 kilos of Biohome Ultimate or 18 sponges of various grades to get that out of the water. All you need, coarse sponge to catch the big chunks of poop from the pleco or food, which the fish then eat. A medium sponge to catch the finer bits, and then something finer like some floss. You don't even need media in the filter, the much vaunted biomedia. It's nice to have it, but bacteria does colonise it, but the bacteria colonises every surface in the aquarium. And to me, let's go from one extreme to the other here. If you've got a bare bottom tank, nothing in it, just some goldfish and a filter, no need for a heater usually. Probably if I had goldfish I'd need one because I don't keep my house that hot. Then there's not a lot of surface area, there's not a lot of places that bacteria is going to want to grow. So yeah, it will all be in the filter. Yeah, to an extent. There'll be some in the tank, but you get the gist. Whereas if you've got substrate, rocks, wood, live plants, all that kind of stuff, all natural stuff in your aquarium, then the bacteria will colonise that as well. So what your filter is really there to do is clean the water. People go on about you need anaerobic bacteria to get rid of the nitrates. That just says I'm lazy, I can't be asked to do a water change and take the nitrates out, or I can't be bothered to put more plants in my tank. That's what water changes are for. 90% of the time people do water changes to reduce the nitrate level. Now whether you're doing a specific 50% water change and you're doing a gravel vac and whatever your cleaning regime is, if it works for you, stick with it. There's just so many, and I see noobs. I'm a newbie at this. It's literally like 1 year and 2 weeks since I got my first tank, and I see so many people get barraged. Yay, just got my first tank, I'm really happy, really excited, I'm really looking forward to this, and they get hit with that filter's shit, you need to buy a canister. No, they don't. It's bad enough when it's people who have been in the hobby a while and know what they're talking about. And by that I don't mean someone who's been doing it 30 years and gets all their information from one book that they bought 30 years ago or one website. You get your information from various sources, different people, different points of view. Some from people who've tried it and experienced, know what works for them. Others who look at it from a purely scientific standpoint. And you collate all the information that you can get, and you know what you normally come up with? Something sensible that sits in the middle and works. Get a natural still water lake, something that doesn't have streams running in and out of it or ditches, or it's just topped up with the rain and the water running off the fields around it, like my local fishing lake is. It's just 3/4 of an acre, hole in the ground, full of water, full of fish, super healthy. Does the water go green in the summer? Yes, but that's because it's got direct sunlight on it for like 18 hours a day. Does it clear up straight away as soon as winter comes? Yes. Are there thousands upon thousands of fish in there? Oh yes. Are they all small and stunted? No. There are 30-pound carp in there. And yeah, they pull like steam trains. Basically, what a garden pond or a fish tank is the same thing, just smaller. Now if you keep it surgically clean, you know, oh there's some gunk in the bottom, quick get it, get the gravel vac, clear that poop out, clear that mold out, then the actual ecosystem in the tank, which starts with the microorganisms, the microflora, the microfauna, doesn't ever get a chance to establish and balance itself out. I mean, yes, I do water changes once a week on all my tanks. Nothing big. Mainly just to try and keep pH up. Because I've got fairly high pH tap water, but because the amount of organics in my tanks, the pH plummets. And now it's coming out the tap at 8.2. Most of the tanks are reading mid-6s. 6.6, 6.8. And also to keep calcium in the water, because again, all my tanks have got shrimping or snails or both. Topping up the other various minerals and nutrients that plants and animals like and need to survive. It's an ecosystem. It's not a surgical thing with 55 gallons, one goldfish living in it, no muck allowed anywhere. Or I have all my bacteria are in the filter, in my canister, and then when I clean it out every 6 months my tank crashes. I wonder why that could be. Or if there's a power cut, my tank crashes. Could that be because all the media is in the filter and you had a power cut and the filter stopped working, the water got a bit stagnant and everything died in the filter? Yeah, most likely. I've kind of lost track of where I was going with this. Anyway, I did make some notes. Let's see if I've covered everything. Yeah, pretty much. Let's say, as I said, and I'm a relative newbie. I've watched a lot, I've read a lot, I've done a heck of a lot of research over the whole of the hobby, the freshwater hobby anyway. Saltwater, no. I know nothing about saltwater other than, no, when you get a mouthful it just tastes salty. But yeah, it's not that complicated. The nitrogen cycle is a simple thing. Growing an ecosystem is a simple thing. You can get a decent sized jam jar, scoop some muck out the bottom of the pond and some water, screw a lid on it, stick it on the windowsill, and you can watch things live and thrive in there and breed and multiply. Yeah, fish keeping isn't that hard. It's not a race to see who's got the most filters, who's got the most expensive light. It's about, are your fish happy, healthy, thriving and doing well? That's what to strive for, not how much you can spend on expensive filters, expensive media. If you can get a tank running sweet with just one air driven filter. Perfect. If you need multiple canister filters on a sensible sized tank, you're doing something wrong. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Now I've got other things. I've got a list of things that I want to rant about. I was debating whether to go through all of them in the same video or do different videos for each rant, and I think that's probably going to be the more sensible option to take. Otherwise I'll probably be here about an hour and you'll all get sick of the sight of me and sick of the sound of my voice, and everyone will unsubscribe and hate me. But anyway, enjoy your fish keeping, have fun, peace out, rock on, bye bye.